we are back and our paper mache is all the way dry and now it's really hard and firm and it's going to be great. Our next step is to paint these to look like colorful hot air balloons. I just wanted to show you one trick before you get started with painting. If you want to make stripes of fabric, well, fabric in a real hot air balloon, but stripes of paint on your paper mache balloon, it's kind of hard going around a circle and getting a straight line. So one thing that you can do is you can get some ribbon or string, move this over, and you can wrap it and get it right where you want it, right down the center, and then just get a pencil and trace along that line. You can also, if you have really skinny tape, you can use tape to use as lines, but this will help you keep it all matched up, or even if you wanted to go around the center, wrap that ribbon around, make sure it's centered where you want it, and adjust it, and then you can get your pencil and draw around that so you can get a straight line around that. All right, that's it. Get to painting and then we'll show you how to put it all together. Hi again. All right, now it's time to put the ribbons on our hot air balloons. So there are two different methods that you can do. I'm going to show you both and you can choose which way you want to do it. So for this first method, we're going to put ribbon all the way around the balloon and down and tie them to the basket. So first thing we need to do though is cut off this tube. So you're just going to smash it down and cut it off like that. Now if you want to trim this piece smaller, you can do that. Now's the time. Just cut it down to wherever you want it. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and use that to hold that. All right, so first of all, we want to make the ribbon long enough that it will stretch over the whole balloon, go down, and tie at the end of the basket. So we want to leave some tails, some extra space, so there's plenty of room for that. We are going to cut two of those the same length. There you go. All right, and now we're going to put some glue right on top in an X like this, and then we are going to put the ribbon on over that X going down. So it's okay if the glue is thicker than the ribbon is because it's just going to dry and be fine. So we'll make kind of a thick stripe going this way. So go ahead and find the middle. That's good. Okay, and then we're going to do, it's uneven. Oh, you can slide it. If it's uneven when you first put it on, the glue's still wet, so you can adjust it. Okay, is that good? All right, and then we'll go down this way. You want the glue to go to the thickest part of your balloon, because that's where the ribbon's going to stick. Okay, so now what we've got, you can see kind of an X of ribbon and they go down long. And we're going to let it sit here for a little bit and dry that glue before we mess with it too much. And then I will show you the next part. Alright, so this is the other style of balloon. What we'll be doing, we'll cut it off again like we did before, but this time we're going to poke some holes, 4 holes around the bottom. And then we're going to do 4 holes in the basket so that those ribbons can attach. So, first thing is to cut this off. With some very strong scissors. Oh, I knocked the glue. That's okay. Okay, so this is actually tearing, and that's okay. We'll let it tear, and then we will trim the ends. And this reminded me of something that we didn't do on the other balloon. We need to pop the balloon that's in the middle. So I'm just going to put my scissors in there and cut it. And now that balloon is going to take some time crackling and popping and coming off, but we'll let that happen. So these are both ready to go at the same stage. We've got the ribbon on this one that wanted ribbon. This one isn't going to have the ribbon that goes over the top, but they're both at the same point. What we need to do now is put the thing in that we are going to use to hang them. So what I have is a thumbtack. If you guys can see, it's just a normal thumbtack. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the top of the balloon and I'm going to poke a hole with the thumbtack. So we've got the top of the balloon right about here. It's pretty tough. I'm going to poke that hole right in there. And now I'm going to use one of these little eye screws. But this is just a little round opening with a screw on the end. And we're going to use glue. I'm going to use hot glue because it dries really fast, but you can use school glue or any kind of glue. You just have to give it a little longer to dry. So what you'll do, so you're going to put, sorry, right in front of your face. You're going to put a blob of hot glue right over the hole that we just put in. And then we're going to use this and we are going to twist it into that hole, just like you would twist a screw in. The hole's just a little smaller than the screw, so it should grab it really nicely. And then the hot glue will hold it in place. And that's it. And now we can use this to hang the hot air balloon. All right, our next step is to tie the baskets onto the bottom. We've got a couple of different methods for that, and we will come back and work on that in just a minute. All right, so now we're ready to tie our baskets onto our balloons. So the first step is to use a hole punch and punch 4 holes in your little cup that's going to be your basket. So you just put it in here and punch right through. So you'll do 4 holes evenly spaced around your cup. That's going to be where the ribbon goes. And now, depending on the style of ribbon you did, we need to do it a little bit differently. If you have done this style of ribbon, all we're going to do now is tie the basket onto the ends of these. If you've done this style, where the ribbon isn't draping over, you're going to need to poke 4 holes in the bottom of your balloon. And so it's too thick to have a hole punch all the way through. So you're going to need to use a steak knife or a pair of scissors to kind of dig your hole in there. So you'll definitely want an adult to be around to help with this, because I don't want anyone poking through their finger. There's one. I'll go straight across from it. Don't put your finger behind the hole. I know it looks like my finger is behind the hole, but it's actually just here on the edge. You don't want to poke through your finger. You can do one here. And one here. All right, you can go ahead. All right, now, Cricket has their balloon. Can you hold it up? Maybe hold it by this little eye bolt right here, so it's hanging. So one person's gonna hold it. Go ahead and let go right there. And then you're gonna put this through here. Just tie one loose knot first, because we want to get them all pretty even before we've got them permanently tied down. So we're going to tie one loose knot there. You're going to go through and you're going to tie one ribbon through each hole. So this will be a 2-person job. All right, so these 2 are the tightest, so we're going to make these 2 match that. So you'll do that until you get it as even as you can. And then you'll go through and tie a double knot to make sure that it's all where you want it to be. And then you can trim the ends, and there you have, oops, we've got to do some adjustments, but we will. But we have, I'll hold it so you can see it against the wall, the first hot air balloon. All right, now the method for this hot air balloon, you need about 4 pieces of ribbon. These are about 14 inches in length because you need enough room to be able to tie 2 knots with these ribbon. So you put the first one through the first hole you made here, and go ahead and tie a double knot because you want this anchored pretty tight. You'll go around and you will do that on all 4 holes. And after you've got all of them, all 4 done, then you're going to put it through the hole in the cup. Decide how far down you want it, and do the same thing. You're going to tie a loose knot until you've got all 4 attached, and then you can go around and adjust it until it's even, so that it will hang like this. Okay, here we have our finished hot air balloons. We've got crickets that have the ribbon coming down from the top, and then we have Amelies where we've got the ribbons tied at the bottom. But these are the finished paper mache hot air balloons. Yay!